Hey, what's up everybody? It's Awall here from TGN Games, bringing you some more Guild Wars 2 gameplay footage. This is from my solo queue build that I'm using right now for my Guardian. I'm loving it. If you want to check out the actual build itself, click the More Gameplay button up top, or just wait till the end of the video. The video menu will allow you to check out the theory crafting video behind this. Just showing you my build right now as much as I can before the game starts. Basically, this is a well-balanced build. I can tank, I can support, I can debuff, I can CC, and I can do big, fat criticals. So Raid of Capricorn, I love this map. It's probably the most dynamic map in the game. Just to tell you a little bit about it, this will be the last time I covered the basics on this one. The cap points, you've got the dock down here in the southwest, you've got the beach in the southeast, the ruins up north, and the two spawn points are in the northeast and northwest. There's a couple secondary mechanics on this map that I'm really learning right now. Namely, the underwater combat is something that I'm learning a lot about. I'm not exactly sure how to spec myself properly for underwater combat. As you see, we've already capped the dock, and I'm just kind of hanging back, waiting for the enemies, to cut through the pirate ship there so I can go back and defend my point. So I'm going to use my movement speed to get back on this point and defend this sucker up. I think I'm going to get to show you an example of me actually being able to kill somebody effectively. My previous build, the Tarek build, not so good at killing. So I went ahead and used my 3 to immobilize this target. Went ahead and dropped my 2 for that AoE damage. And as you can see, I'm critting quite consistently with this scepter damage, being able to take him down very quickly. Obviously, that was a 2v1 situation, but this build allows you to do damage. I have a 52% chance to crit with this solo queue build, which is really, really nice. And those crits are doing 48% critical damage, so it's really well balanced and really sexy. Now that the dock is more or less secure, I need to take a look around and see what's actually going on. I see that the enemy team has picked up the ruins. I'm going to go bother with the ruins later, but I know that most of the action has got to be centered around this beach. The two secondary mechanics that are going on this map, there's a cannon here that you can use to assault different areas, very similar to the Trebuchet Battle of Kylo, but also there is the underwater combat element. If you control the ruins underwater, all the sharks become friendly sharks. If you don't, they become evil sharks, simple as that. So I've switched to my staff right now because I know I can do massive AoE damage because everybody's so tightly packed. Hopping to the back of the point and making sure that I can neutralize this point, at least in the meantime, using my 4 to increase my might so that I can do significantly more damage, using my save yourselves so that I've got double might buff right now so that I can hit like a truck. As you can see, I've more or less cleared everyone off the point. A number of people had to leave the point because of the amount of AoE damage that I did to them. I did get focused over here on the side, and my job right now is just to delay as long as possible, stay up and running as long as possible so we can at least keep this point neutralized because the enemy team has the ruins. The ruins are the huge X factor on this map. Already used my knockback, so I think I'm going to get taken out here shortly. Boom, there it is. 14,000 bleeding damage I took there. So Raid of Capricorn, an interesting map. You guys tell me in the comments below. What do you like? What are your favorite maps right now? I gotta say, Battle of Kylo is probably my favorite. This is the one I need to learn the most about, though. So my team was able to pick up this point in the end. 3 people did end up surviving, so my sacrifice was not in vain. Always using my movement speed buff when I jump off the point here so that I can get out the gate even quicker. So whenever I come out of the spawn on the red team, I'm always going to check my dock on the way out. Don't ignore your dock and just go straight over to the beach. Always be sure to check it, see if somebody's on their way over. If you just leave the point and let them get a free cap, that's idiotic. Why are you going to go fight a ton of people to go grab the beach when you can just easily thwart the enemy from immediately picking up your dock? In the end, it's all capture and hold right now, and I can't wait to see more maps come into play. So there's a tactic I'm going to start using where I'm using the beach to my advantage as this game goes on. Passed by my ally there who really needed a revive. I don't know what I'm doing. It's because I really want to move in here and display this tactic. I've dropped my wall so nobody can necessarily approach me, and I'm going to stand on the other side of the wall and just do big, fat crits. Moving to the back of the point once again on the beach so that I can just keep hitting people. I can hit 5 people at a time. And since they're so grouped up, I'm just clearing out people like nobody's business. Doing big fat 1,200 crits to 5 people at a time. I'm essentially doing 5,000 to 6,000 damage per hit, forcing everybody to clear out. Had to use my elite skill there to go invulnerable to try to stay alive, and now I'm getting focused by a ton of people, pushing them back, but I was able to neutralize the point once again for a short period of time. Now the enemy team is starting to pull ahead, and they're just completely focusing on this damn beach. they're just stuck on the beach. Last raid of Capricorn gameplay I showed you, the enemy team got stuck on 1 point. I'm going to start using this to my advantage as I'm starting to recognize this. In order to keep somebody on that 1 point, whether it be the beach or the dock, you need to get the ruins in the meantime, and then you can pincer them in on their point. So right now I got the bright idea, why not pick up the ruins, and then since the enemy team is all about that beach, keep them pincered in on that beach and keep them on a choke point on the outside of that beach. So that's what I'm doing right now, summoning my Sword of Justice. I'm just using moves very generically in underwater combat. I need to practice this a bit more because only one map has underwater combat. It's something that a lot of players are fairly inexperienced at, myself included. So just down here capping this point. Now all the sharks are friendly sharks, and I need to immediately dip the hell out, and here I go. Now that we have this underwater point, and now that 2 of us were under here grabbing the ruins, they're trying to get our dock. So it's time to clear out the dock and then move in and pincer the enemy team and funnel them in to their beach. Why? Because the beach is right next to their spawn point. So anytime any of them come out of their spawn, they're going to go, oh crap, there's a big fight going on next to our spawn. I think I'll engage on this. Since we have the ruins, I'm a-okay with them engaging next to the beach because we'll have a 2 cap versus 1. Notice how I use the Immobilize, and I'm using my 2 here on my Scepter and placing that where the enemy is going to go in order to come attack me. It's way more effective that way, obviously. Shoot where the enemy is going to be, right? This is a basic tactic. Notice how much damage I'm able to do here. 1,100, 1,200 crits just with my Scepter regular attacks. Digging this build quite a bit. I've got an ass load of power, and those big crits are helping me out a lot. As soon as I cap this, it's time to move over to the beach. Looks like there's some contesting going on underwater there with the ruins. We ended up picking that up because of those friendly sharks that we picked up earlier. It's to your advantage to pick up the ruins as early as possible, excuse me. And as we see metas develop in Raid of Capricorn, I think a huge part of this is going to be pick up the ruins early because it's so damn difficult to end up turning the ruins around because those sharks are super powerful. So I'm going to hang out here on the edge of the beach, and here's a tactic that I really wanted to demonstrate to you guys, those folks out there that have the shield and then have the knockback. I'm going to knock him back into the water, I believe, here, and it's super effective. Once it goes in the water, he's helpless. Now that he's in the water, he's kind of on the edge. He is just way off balance. That's a great way. It's better than any CC to knock somebody into the water and have them all of a sudden switch into swimming mode. They're completely incapacitated, essentially. Popping all my moves that are going to give me all that extra might so I can hit like a truck. My objective here was to move straight in on that point, and to try to counteract that. I can't do it right now because everybody's approaching me on the beach. But this goes into my tactic I was talking about a moment ago. Pincer them in on the beach and constantly give them pressure on the point that's next to their spawn point. I was coming over here next to our dock because I saw that being contested. Now that I see that it is secured, I think we're in good shape. Just checking out the ruins to make sure that the ruins are a-okay. It's okay to constantly move around and check out your points, guys. You don't have to always dive right into the fight, because in the end, capture and hold is all about tactics. It's not necessarily about your bronze. So using this 3 here on my staff, and you guys that have a staff out there with Guardian or don't already use staff on your secondary, pick up the damn staff. It's amazing. That swiftness move is awesome, and the increased might here on your 4 is beautiful. Dropping my might. Gonna pop my Segment of Justice, and here we are in the beach situation again. He's off of his point, and that allows my allies to come in and finish him off. Notice how I'm placing my 2 there where the enemies are going to be, being super effective. Tried to use my knockback to knock this little dude into the water, didn't work out. Now I see my window of opportunity. Everybody followed my allies, and my allies were able to kite them to the side, allowing me to once again go to the back of this beach point, pick up my Scepter, use all of my buffs that allow me to do a ton of damage, and start hitting people like a motherfucking truck. So now I'm using my elite skill to go invulnerable again on the back of this point. The whole objective here is neutralize this thing and to damage everyone so badly that they have to fall back. And that's what I'm doing right now. AoE damage, 1900 crits, 1300 crits, doing 5000 every time I'm using that staff. It's working in a super effective way. Using my 4 again to heal myself, pick up more might. If I can pop my 6, I can stay up and running. Gonna finish him off first. Boom. Very, very nice, and it worked. We went to the back of the point. We were able to push everybody back. My tactic worked fantastically. I was able to stay up with just barely any life. There's my usage of my 6. Notice how I'm staying on the outside of the point and using my Scepter move from the outside of the point to do maximum AoE damage to everyone. Anyway, that's how it's done. Top player in this game. Notice how it wasn't all about getting all the kills, guys. I was about winning the game and using tactics to cap those points. Anyway, you want to see more gameplay? Video menu coming up at the end. Be sure to subscribe, folks, to TGN Games. I've got way more gameplay. Theory crafting video also available at the video menu coming up. My name's Awall, and thanks for watching. Welcome to the TGN Games video menu. Click the top left-hand corner to check out the previous video. Top right-hand button for the next video. Any of the video thumbnails in the center will get you more epic gameplay. And click the solo queue build button on the purple bar below to check out the theory crafting behind this video series. Channel TGN, subscribe in the bottom left, and of course, bottom right to subscribe to TGN Games.